Scorpio, hi, hello. Thank you all so much for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Good morning. I should say, actually, wow, I really messed that up. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you come across this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, sending things to the P.O. Box, purchases off the wish list, pledges to the Patreon, tipping the Clarissa, and donations to the GoFundMe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you need anything from me, that is in the description box below. I love you so much, Scorpio. Let us dive in, okay? And let's see what it is that you need to know, okay, for the next couple-ish weeks. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know for the next couple-ish weeks here? Okay, new beginnings. I like that. It's crazy that, yeah, we have celebration. I was going to say, I've seen a lot of new beginnings coming here in the middle of winter. But I know that there's some areas that are actually summer, so whatever that is, but these new beginnings could actually be within you here, because now we have peace, okay, or there's some sort of like new beginning that's coming towards you that's going to bring in a lot of peace, Scorpio. I'm feeling like, rebirth. There could be a conversation, okay? Take flight. Yeah, there's a vision maybe that you had, in midsummer or something here that's getting ready to take flight. This could just be like a vision for your life. Like, I'm really just feeling like personal goals, Scorpio. It's like, say you've been like telling yourself for, a little bit, like, I'm going to get in the gym, or, I'm going to quit drinking this, like, or I'm going to, I don't know what it could be, Scorpio. It feels like personal goals. It feels like, things that really kind of impact your peace. They also impact your ability to attract here. Okay, so it's things that are like effective of your frequency, your vibration. Okay, and I feel like there's some sort of liftoff, takeoff here, or some takeoff might be significant, but there's some sort of okay. I also just heard like your personal life will be affected by this, which we just said that, but it's like also maybe, so this could be something at work also, okay? If like the way that came through was almost like this was like something, there could be like a shift or a change, right? Like it could be like the company you work for or something could have been talking about some sort of like change or something in the midsummer, and now it's like coming to fruition. And for whatever reason, this may also affect your personal life. Okay, but I don't think it's necessarily bad. It feels good. Okay, so tell me about these new beginnings for Scorpio. Yeah, I really am feeling there's like almost like within a community or a company or something, there's some changes here. whatever this is, though, I feel like it's like, there's more freedom with this, okay? It feels more relaxed. It feels, obviously still very productive, but it feels less, Scorpio, definitely make sure you stay grounded over the next couple of weeks. There could be an energy of kind of like having your head up in the clouds a little bit, but maybe that's this energy. Maybe that's where this like kind of new beginning is because it feels like there's an opportunity to kind of daydream or again, there's something that you've been daydreaming or kind of wishing for here. Okay. This coming to rest. I also feel like too, there's something that is it's where you could have been very defensive in some sort of area, Scorpio. I feel like you are kind of dropping that defensive energy, and it's allowing you to, I don't know, it's kind of opening the gates to some sort of like secret garden is what I just heard. Okay. So there's definitely, there's a shift in the energy, Scorpio, that's going to kind of open you up to, you're going to be attracting a lot more, or it feels like a heart activation, really. But there's just this level of like safety, right? And security, Scorpio, that you're going to be feeling that really is going to bring you into this present moment, right? It's almost like there is some sort of evidence even too, where like something in particular, from a past lifetime that you could have, or past lifetime, or like an old timeline here that you could like really could have struggled with, really could, there's like this energy of, whatever limitation you had around this is going away here, okay? But it brings you into this very stable and solid energy. It's almost like it gives you the space and the time to kind of have your head up in the clouds. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's something very secure coming in for you. So it's like you don't have to think about, okay, how am I going to, for example, pay the next bill, or, you know what I mean? There's something that's, or how am I going to get all this work done? Or, there's some sort of shift and change that's happening in your immediate environment that is going, it's, tell me about this rebirth. Why is the Seven of Swords here? For Scorpio. Eight of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, Scorpio, there is something about your stability here, okay? Your security, okay? Your support, your home, or something like that, that is some sort of illusion that is, maybe you've been feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant in an area, Scorpio. Or like this lack has kind of caused, again, it's like if you're in survival mode in any type of way, it's like this energy of like your mind just tries to fix it. Fix the situation, get you out of the situation, fix the situation, something like that here, okay? But there's an illusion here that you're healing or seeing through when it comes to some sort of like security or stability, and I feel like you're going to be feeling a lot more peace when it comes to these types of things here. Yeah, Six of Wands with the Six of Swords here. This is you successfully, kind of bringing something that was like hidden in the darkness, some sort of belief that you had around your security, your stability, something like that, Scorpio, and bringing it to the light and releasing it, which is moving you into this higher frequency, which will then be attracting, either I feel like it starts with the internal piece of just knowing that you're safe and secure, but also it's like attracting some sort of new beginning, something that I feel like you've been like wishing for it or desiring it, or there's something here that but it was blocked by this like belief that you have just Judgment, Wheel of Fortune. Exactly. With this Four of Cups, right? That's like, look at her. She's got these cups down here, but she's like, I'm not settling. I'm not settling for these cups. I want this cup. And that is exactly what is coming into fruition for you. It's like there's this energy, Scorpio, of you've released some sort of restriction, that could have had you in this energy of like feeling like you needed to settle, or you can only take what I'll take what I can get type of energy, or the bare minimum is enough type of energy, or something like that. That's a programming, that's a projection from probably somebody else here, and I feel like you're moving past that, right? And whatever that was, it maybe kept you in some sort of like survival energy, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. And when we're in that energy, there's these other like receptors that are like putting out there, Some of you, this like has to do directly with the house, Scorpio. getting into a new house or buying a house or moving into a house. Yeah, but there again, there's some sort of like, Ten of Pentacles, we have this windfall of money here. Mm-hmm. Scorpio, you're attracting something unexpected and also something very large. It feels okay, for sure. And this comes from removing some sort of belief that allowed you to settle in the past, that allowed you to just accept, what you can get here. Okay, so it's almost like Scorpio, there could have been in like a manifestation that was like held off, right? Because it's like your energy, your frequency was not, you were still in that space of, still kind of maybe allowing that in some type of way, or there's still some sort of, but because you've removed that, or you're going to remove that programming, now it's like what you really deserve can come in, because you've really aligned yourself. See that World card, how she's like glowing out of everyone else, because you've really aligned yourself. It's almost like this energy too, Scorpio, of like you've got somebody's attention, or, God, source, the divine universe's attention, something. Whatever this is, though, it definitely won't pass you by. Justice. Okay, what else does Scorpio need to know about this? We're gonna use this deck, I guess. Feeling drawn to it. What else is Scorpio? Yeah, that manifestation right here. Look, manifestation here. Dang. Jeez. So there's somebody, I feel like there's a thief or somebody that, maybe tried to take some sort of opportunity from you that's in some sort of concern here. Now, some of you, this manifestation is a person. Okay, you may be attracting another person here, because I am picking up on, there could have been a higher level soulmate here that was like really connected to your energy and used that to their advantage. Okay, I feel like you disconnected from that. There's been some sort of judgment, some things going on to where they can no longer take advantage or you know, get into your energy here. Okay. Let me get one more row. Let me just see for Scorpio. Instruction. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, soulmate. This was somebody who was, you know, they had an opportunity to get up in your energy, okay, and they took advantage of that shit. Something about they just thought that maybe you were like somebody else or other people or something like that here. So I feel like you've disconnected from a connection here, okay? And I feel like, Scorpio, you may have found this security. Yeah, you left somebody behind. Somebody is kind of trapped in their own conflict here, it seems. Whoever took advantage of being in your energy, right? Like, it's like I don't know how they would have done that, but you know, this was somebody who was supposed to be like a soulmate or like a higher level connection. And they just kind of took advantage of the connection itself here. But yeah, it seems like you have kind of left this situation, okay? This connection, whatever it looks like, Scorpio. And you're ascending here. And that ascension is bringing in this manifestation. Unexpected money. Distant future. Scorpio. North Node energy. Abundance. Chakras. Yeah. Anyways. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I love you. And we'll talk later.